Okay. Perfect. So, for the people who missed last time, we we went from Adalwulf to Lupinfang. We talked to some guards. We kind of made some deals. We got into the cellar and figured out what's going on with the people that got arrested. Sort of. They told you it was tax evasion, that they're being processed for tax evasion, um, but are also set to be executed. So it seems like a unreasonable punishment there. In the meantime, sorry, go ahead. Yep, yep. So they're going to be executed in the full moon. You also know there's another event happening on the full moon. It is that party he's going to throw after you guys solve the case that you have 8 days from today to finish, where he's going to throw the party. After speaking to the people in jail, you went to the inn. You guys went up to the room. Someone was tied up and got thrown in a closet and was possessed by a ghost. Yep. So the inn was haunted. I was planning on just having the ghost kind of fly through the closets and kind of like open up the closets like you see in the ghost videos, just kind of like the doors fling open. But Barthor was just like, I'm gonna stuff him in the closet, and I'm like, well, fucking okay. So yeah, he got possessed by a ghost, which I totally didn't plan, but he went after the general who was staying in the hotel on the first floor. The ghost had an interest in the general. The ghost jumped from Satoshi to the general, possessed the general, and the general was a werewolf too. The general was the brother to Lord Lupinfang. And when the um, town, or the city, I guess, in the morning kind of went into total lockdown. Not total lockdown, but went into lockdown because there was general missing and werewolf sightings, and they just kind of locked down the city. And while you guys are traveling back to Adalwulf here, ooh, what was that? Oh, that was my other Discord. Never mind. Yes, so everyone got into Adalwulf just fine. You guys talked to the guard. You guys set up an inn stay, and now you guys are on the farm. And you guys are kind of just looking for clues around the farm, more information, and kind of what to do now. There was only one thing I think that you guys were debating before, and that is what you were going to do. I think it was Uzi himself who said that the mission was to find out who the werewolf was and to turn the werewolf in, right? And everyone was like, well, yes. He's like, well, why don't we do that? So that's kind of where we ended the session. I kind of gave you guys a free opportunity to ask me any questions you guys want. If there's something information that's missing that you think you know, but you have been having issues finding out. Is there kind of anything that you guys want to know? Was there something missing? Okay. Is they in this area they typically do a hanging, make a spectacle out of them. That is something that you guys would not know because you're not from this region. Um, yep. Sway, have any other questions that you were thinking of from last time to now? Any information you think you might miss that I might have forgot to put in? Mm-hmm. Yep. And yeah, we do know there is a noble in Adalwulf. There is the one that's staying in the hotel. So, yeah, the gun maker, the one that you guys built all the silver things for to keep him inside his house. That's what the question was, because that was the quest to figure out who did the murder and then to turn him in for the 10,000 gold. But I told Uzi that I think your plan, Corvin, was to heal him. So, mhm. Yep, you do know it happened two other times before a person died. A cow was killed, and the time before that, property was damaged. Mhm. You are going to be approaching the farm here because you do know that they would be checking out the farm. So you can be doing something during the day while they're here. Um, but yeah, that's kind of what we're going to be doing to pick up. So, mhm. Okay. Oh, like a scope. Hmm. Now, I'll say that. How would I have to do that? I'll say do a um, tinkering check with your. What do you have? Do you have tinkerer's tools? What are you proficient in? Yeah, do a tinkering check with your tinkering tools. I forgot which one. All right. Okay, perfect. Let's do that. Okay, so 20 total. I'll say you were able to put this thing on and kind of sort of craft like a pseudo scope. I will say you with this, you can get a +1 to hit for your weapon since you rolled really well for the rifle that you are using. Let's see, the range is 30 and 90. I'll say you will increase. We can increase the range to 40 and 100. Well, it's to hit, not to damage. Yeah. Yeah, and I was gonna give you just the range if you just did like a 13 or a 15 or something like that, but since you got almost near max, I'll say plus 1 to hit would make sense too, since it is like a scope, right? So okay. So before we do anything, is there any final gaps in knowledge sort of questions that you guys have, or are we gonna just move on to what you guys are gonna do during the day? Okay. So what do you guys do? I'll say Corvin, that takes you all morning, and you guys search the most of the morning at the farm. So what do you guys do? It was Rotten Tooth. Let me just double check his name. I know his Rotten something. Yes, Rotten Tooth. Thane Rotten Tooth. So he is staying at the hotel. So you guys go to the hotel to meet him, or kind of what are you doing? Okay. Okay. So what kind of so what questions are you going to prepare? I'll say you guys go back to the inn and meet up with Corvin for this as well here. Yeah, and I'm kind of curious. Yeah, kind of curious what you're gonna do here because I'm looking at your spells and I'm like, I don't know about this. So this will be interesting. God. Okay. Okay. So what questions are you thinking about asking him? You do not. You guys have not been in the hotel since he got here. The guards pretty much keep everyone out. So no one's staying at the hotel except for the people who work there and then him and the guards, basically. Yep. Yep. A very unfortunate naming. All right. You get a bottle of what? Sure, you can go in the town. You can be able to buy a bottle of wine. I'll say it'll cost you. Are you going for like cheap wine, good wine? Okay, we'll say okay. So the store that you go to, he'll kind of point out to the bottle of wine and then kind of look at you and say, you know what, I have something perfect for your taste, and he'll point at one that is in a nice bottle, and he'll say for that 1 gold. Okay, so all right, you can put 1 bottle of wine in your inventory, and then sway. Scented oils. I'd say in the town, since this is a trade town, I'm sure you will be able to find it somewhere. Yeah. Okay. Yep, you'll find all that stuff. I'll say for everything, it would probably be like 3 silver. We'll say. 1 gold is 10 silver. Yep. Okay. All right. So we'll say describe your disguise. How do you look? Okay. 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 So like Mediterranean. Okay. Okay. Human elf. What are we looking for? Okay. All right. So Mediterranean looking sort of female human. Okay. I'm just gonna write that down to make sure I remember myself here. Okay. The rest of you, what do you do? Okay. So we'll say we'll start with Sway then. So Sway, what do? You approach the hotel. Okay. You approach the hotel and the guards kind of look over to you and they say, "Whoa, whoa there. Is there something that you need?" All right. They'll do a yeah the do a persuasion check. 9. They kind of look and they kind of look at each other and they say, "Do we have any appointments today?" And the other person kind of, "I don't know. What do you think I look like?" And he's like, "Go check. You'll see what's going on here." And he kind of, Hmm. Okay. Do. Hmm. Let's do a deception for this one. Yeah, a little bit better than the other one. At least total score. And they'll say, hmm, let's go see what's kind of going on here. If uh, Madam Raventhorn is sending a masseuse, I wouldn't want to get in the way of that. But with these nobles, you gotta verify everything. And the other one of the guys goes in, and you kind of see them at the counter talking to the bartender who was there when you guys were staying there. And as he's in there talking, the one on that's outside, he's like, "So, how you doing? How's life? How's your job?" And he kind of like looks at you and kind of try to figure you out here. And you guys kind of just make small talk, and the guy comes back out and he just says, "We haven't heard anything. We'll get a message from the Thane and see if he'll want the free massage since it was already arranged here." And they kind of chit chat you up. Both of them try to hit on you for one reason or another, and eventually a third guard comes out and uh, he says, "Yes, the master will see her in," and they'll kind of wave you in, and you kind of step. When you approached, there was two. In the lobby, there was a couple. There was one by the stairs. One, let's see, kind of like thinking about in my head where is everybody's at. No, there's two downstairs. One by the stairway and one kind of by the bar. And the one by the bar is the one who came out and kind of verified everything with the noble here. So there's four total on like ground level. Yep, as you go, yep, you go up the stairs on the second level. You don't see any guards in the hallway. You go up to the third level. There is, this is where the suites were, where you guys were at to begin in the campaign. And on this level, there are two doors. One of the doors don't have any guards near them. One door has two guards. Yep, and they'll kind of lead you over, and the guards will kind of say, "Oh yeah, this is the masseuse. We should let her in." And they kind of let you in, and he's just sitting there, kind of working on papers as you walk through, and he says, "Oh, you!" And you kind of look at him, and this person, Thane Rottentooth, he is a very small humanoid, not human. He is a halfling, and this person, um, short, light brown hair, humanoid, light skin. He is very similar to the other people you see in this region. If you didn't know he was a noble, he probably wouldn't even stick out to you. Um, so he kind of addresses you and he says, "Oh, aren't you a looker? All right, let's go do this thing. I didn't know Corvina was so nice." Yeah, and you yeah, he says, "Yeah, we can kind of do it over here." And you see like the beds that kind of that you guys were staying at when you first got here. There are six beds in this room, but it looks like all of the beds were pushed together, and that there was one kind of like the five put together, and kind of where the foot of the bed is, there's another bed kind of stuck up against that, and he'll kind of point to the bed that's singled out, and he'll say, "Well, we can do it right here." And so he kind of takes off. He has very, very shiny and very gaudy like leatherish armor on with like metal flares, and he kind of takes his armor off, take his cloak off, and kind of take his undershirt. I guess it was like a tunic. He kind of takes his shirt off as well, and he kind of just flops into the bed where he takes up like 25% of the space. And sure, we'll say do a performance check for the massage itself. Sure. Yep. Yep, you can do that too. Mhm. It is sort of like midday-ish. It kind of took you all morning to do the crafting and then looking at around the farm, and then you guys kind of met up and went right here. So we'll say it's about like 2 3 afternoon. Okay. Yeah, and you do know this is if you look at the map kind of over here. This is the same hotel that you're at. This is the same one where the Thieves Guild is underneath, and you guys kind of like snuck between the hotel and another building to get to the Thieves Guild that one night. So you kind of go between the buildings and kind of look around. You don't see any guards. You kind of peek your head around the rear of the building, and those two guards are still back there, but they're kind of just talking, hanging out. You know, there's nothing really happening in the back here. Um, so you do just kind of do spider climb and you start going up the building. Yep. So you kind of go up the building here, and I'll say, are you trying to be stealthy as well, going up? Yep. Do a stealth check then. Yeah, +3. So 6 as you're kind of going up. The spell itself doesn't make you have any sort of like climbing noises of like grinding stone or whatever. So you kind of just do uh, as if you were just walking, not really hiding yourself. You're just kind of do kind of nonchalantly walking up the building, and you do eventually kind of get up to the second floor and look in the window and look in the window and don't see anything. Go up to the third floor and look in, and you can kind of see, or you do see Sway with the massage and doing all that kind of stuff. From this angle, no, no. So he would be like where the building is. You're crawling up this side of the building. The beds are kind of like on this wall, and then the one bed that's here. So he is facing like this way, and then Sway is facing this way, kind of to the rear. Okay, we can do that. So, who is left? It is just Satoshi. What are you doing while all this is happening? Okay, you can go ahead and do a persuasion check. Okay, cool. So they'll both the guards will kind of like look at each other and say, "Wow, he's getting a lot of visitors today. Yeah, we'll go up and we'll tell him you have a gift." And he'll kind of point to the wine. And he says, "I assume it's the wine. Is that the case?" All right, we'll let him know. Give us 1 second. So as this is happening, Sway, what are you have the massage going? I see your performance check of 22. So what are you gonna kind of asking about? Is he doing it? Is he attending? Oh, who would be attending it? Yeah, yeah. The noble says, Thane says, "Oh yeah, I kind of have to go. If I don't show up to these things, the people they get worried if the leaders just don't show up. You know." Oh, Oh, that's earlier in the day. Don't worry about that. The ball will be. I think it's gonna start about 8 o'clock. And the hangings are only gonna they're gonna be. Well, they'll be earlier in the day. Don't worry about that. That sway is overheard. Yeah, and what are some things that you kind of like looking for, specific? Okay, so the kind of gossip that you're looking for in town, though? What along the line of what you're looking for? For that himself, you would know that most of the people that were in jail are just the people here in this town, and it's not any of his people. He is one of the nobles. He's not a lord of anything, so he is from Lupinfang. Yep, one of the noble houses. And he'll say, "Oh yeah, it's a stressful job. It's been 4 or 5 days, something like that. Days get away from you when you're just doing ugh, paperwork just all day. Oh yeah, this investigation just stressing everyone out. We just kind of want to make sure everything's going, and the Lord put everything on me. So if the investigation doesn't go well, it's going to be bad news for my house." And do a persuasion check with advantage. Yeah, with advantage. 18. So he'll say, "Oh yeah, well, we had some suspects here. Well, it sounds like some of the groups that we have sent out aren't doing a very good job. So I think the Lord uh, figured out some suspects and arrested them the other day. I I certainly hope so. I certainly hope that these are the right people and none of these another murder doesn't happen. If it does, oh no, boy." Oh yeah, it was a giant wolf that, well, multiple wolves have been found, but it seems like this is the only one that's concerning. He'll say, "Oh well, we'll find that thing. No worry, it has to be one of those people that we arrested." He'll say, "Oh yes, this is gonna be, this will be great. This will be the end of all the worries, and then oh, hopefully I get some." He'll kind of like mutter off and kind of speak under his breath about some things that he's looking for, some extra positions on the council, and some other things like that. And he was like, "Yeah, the one thing I want is that stupid mine that Corvina has. Hopefully, I'll get it if I get a good graces with the Lord." Yes, like where you're at now, you would be able to hear it. Like if you're on the roof, you're like right above this window. Okay. He says, "Oh yeah, freaking Corvina shut down the stupid mine. She was worried about uh, some how you say this, not the shifters, but the other people, the lycanthropes, were gonna, uh, you know, And he'll just kind of after he says lycanthropes, he's just like, you know, and then he just stops. Do a insight check. How about that? We'll do this first here. Yeah, you know there's something weird. He's obviously holding something back, and he's just like and he tries to play it off. Oh, I don't know. What's in that woman's mind? No one knows. You know women. And he's like, oh, that's good. That's good to hear. I can definitely tell that with how the massage is going. Mm-hmm. Yep. He sort of dodges, sidesteps the question. No, no. She's way too much of a bird brain, and yeah, he says, yeah, I don't know if she would be able to pull something like that off, convince a couple werewolves to do some bidding for her. I don't know what she was thinking. If she wants to try to prove something, closing down the mine. Yeah, yeah. So I'll say, what are you looking for specifically here? So you did do you're doing a good performance with the massage. So ask me in a way that is sort of player asking DM, because he's kind of like wrapped up into what is happening. So he's a little disarmed. So what are you trying to ask about? Hmm. So yeah, do you yeah, you certainly could, but it's kind of. Hmm. Yeah, and he'll yeah, yeah, he'll kind of say, yeah, cunning and wit is not something that idiot has. I'm sure someone got in her ear to close that mind down. Okay. Yeah, and yeah, about this time, kind of you're asking the last question, and someone knocks on the door, and he says, my lord, are you? Uh, oh my God, I just forgot it. He's like, oh, are you, my lord, are you decent? And he'll kind of say, yes, yes. What's it about? He's like, oh, someone downstairs uh, says he has a gift for you, and it looks like it's a bottle of wine, and uh, I don't we don't really know who he is, but he has wine for you. And he says, oh God, that didn't look like it was good wine. And the guard kind of says, my lord, I have never drinking wine before. And he's like, oh freaking guard, you bring him up. And as you're kind of wrapping up, Sway, you do notice Satoshi does come through the door with the bottle of wine. So, Satoshi, you see the noble getting dressed again, and you see Sway uh, in her um, masseuse form, current form. What do you do? You are in the room with the bottle of wine. He says, some questions for me, and he'll kind of point to the wine. He's like, yeah, I guess we can uh, sit for a few minutes since you kind of showed up unannounced. And he'll kind of get up and kind of waddle over you with his little halfling legs. And he says, I've never had so many. Okay. Okay. And yeah, as you walk by, he kind of just says, I haven't had so many guests on one day in this town. Everyone here is just so nice. And uh, so you have that in your mind. What happens? Sway. So he'll say, yes, well, definitely you stay. And he'll kind of point at you, Sway. And he'll say, how about this? I will answer any, he'll kind of tap on his chin, two questions for you if you let us have this bottle of wine, and so she and I can enjoy it. Okay, and he says, and as you do that, the noble kind of just yells, "Guard! Go to the barn, get us some glasses!" And he's like, yes, my lord. And he just kind of runs downstairs. And kind of as you look around the room, you don't see any. You see like um, sort of like plates that are around, like he's kind of just eating up here, but you don't see any sort of clean cups other than one that he was previously drinking out of. But very shortly after, the guard kind of just goes downstairs, grabs a couple cups, a couple glasses, and brings it up. And he brings up three glasses, and he uh, doesn't take the bottle of wine from you yet, and he says, uh, "Since you were so gracious to bring this up, you do the honors." And he'll kind of point at you to open the wine here and set out all the glasses. Okay. 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 Yeah, and he as you pour the wine for him, and as you pour the wine for Sway, he already takes a sip, and he's like, "Hmm, not bad." And as you finish pouring for everyone else, his little stubby hands kind of holds the glass up, and he says, um, "To a good day in the trade town." And everyone kind of cheers his glass, and he takes another sip, and he says, "Yes, definitely pretty good." Okay. Hmm. 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 All right, let me just pull this up here. All right. You can cast Detect Thoughts requiring no spell slot or components. You must finish a long rest before you can do it again. Your spellcasting ability is the ability increase for this feat. So let me pull up detect thoughts so I can actually figure out what this does. Detect thought. Encode thoughts. That's not what I want. Detect thoughts. Because detect thought wouldn't bring up detect thoughts because the search function on this website sucks. Oh my god, I hate the website sometimes. All right. You can focus your mind on any one creature within 30 feet. If the creature you choose has an intelligence of 3 or lower or doesn't speak any language, the creature is unaffected. You initially learn surface thoughts, what is on his mind at the moment. As an action, you can shift your attention to a creature's thoughts to attempt to probe deeper. If you probe deeper, the target must make a wisdom saving throw. If it fails, you gain insight to its reasoning, if any, to its emotional state. Okay. So what is the DC that he needs to make if you're going to probe further? $14. Okay. And okay. Oh, and he says he kind of as you're distracting me. He says, "Oh yes, very much, very much. Just not with company, my dear." And that's a wisdom save. Did I say that right? Wisdom saving throw. Okay. So I'm gonna do a d20, and he doesn't have any bonuses to wisdom. So he rolled a nat 1, so I mean, it doesn't really matter what his bonus is. So you are able to probe him. So it says, if it fails, you gain insight to its reasoning, if any, its emotional state. If something that looms large in its mind, such as something it worries over, loves, or hates, okay, that'll be very good for you. If it succeeds, the spell ends. Either way, the target knows that you are probing its mind, unless you shift your attention to another creature's thoughts. So he did fail, and he does know you're probing. So let's see. Uh, we'll start with his surface thoughts. What he's thinking about is, uh, oh man, this town's very nice, very nice, very nice people, very good-looking humanoids. I wish they were little smaller, but they'll work. And it was very just kind of work stuff. You kind of see images of the work that he's working on, and you can see that it's a lot of authorizations, a lot of promotions for soldiers in his house, and some things like that. You see kind of his feud with Corvina Raventhorn and um, another noble that you have not met yet. Um, and then as when you dig deeper, let's see. Its emotional state with sway in the room. I'm just gonna have you guess what that is. Something that something that looms large in his mind. Something that worries over, loves, and hates. The thing that he's worried about is that everything in the investigation needs to wrap up because uh, if it doesn't get resolved, it's going to be on his head because he was the one who attacked the person. So as that happens, he kind of looks up and he says, "Guard!" He just starts yelling, "Guards, guards, guards!" So, okay, everyone roll for initiative. No, we are going to roll initiative, and let's see. All right, we have two different creatures here that I'm gonna bring up their things. And I will say, I did misspeak. It wasn't him that did bit somebody. It was someone in his house. But as you kind of dig through his thoughts, you do know that you do see like basically him scolding the other person, and you do see that he was a lycanthrope as well. Yeah, the person in the room is a halfling. The person that was scolded was not a halfling. And then let's choose. It is. I'm gonna say no because you didn't specify because your weapon is magic. Like one action. Yep. So because I do know that you have your repeating thing, so it wouldn't be specifically loaded. Okay. Yeah, that would be some good information to have beforehand. Yep. That's yep. That's one reason why I didn't do any sort of spell casting when I first started because I was like, man, this things are there's a lot of stuff. So Corvin, you didn't click on your token when you rolled your initiative. So I'll still change your initiative to the 23, but I need you to click on it. Yeah, so you click on the token and roll 20, and then you do it. Yep, that's good. Perfect. So we are going to put you guys on a new map. You are not here. I am going to do. There we go. Perfect. Of course, I didn't. What? Yep. Someone does. All right. All right. Nope, that did not work. Yeah, he detected his thoughts. Yeah, he detected his thoughts. He looked over him with kind of holding his head, and he started yelling for the guards. Ish. Okay, so this is down. Yep, and then or yep, or to destroy it or something like that. Yep, and then his overly large desk is here because he wants to feel big about himself because he's so small. And then this one is actually just going to be a copy for the time being. All right. Well, you can hear a commotion now, so that's good. Um, oh, if he threw himself off, yeah. All right. So we do. That was the map layer. So you guys can go ahead and put your tokens down here. The building itself is 3 stories. Oops, you are on the third. That is the lord, or that is the noble. And then Satoshi, you're going over here. There's like a bookcase sort of thing, and then there's another sort of thing on this side. Come on. And these need to go on the map layer, so I don't accidentally keep clicking on them. And then Corvin, you can also put yourself on this map, but we'll understand that you're upstairs. Actually, yeah, this one's not here. Oops, I don't need that. Go back here. Boom. There we go. Aha. Okay. So I actually opened up the wrong lichen because I don't need the werewolf. I need the werepanther. Nope. I'm just going to do lichen. Monsters. Monsters. Oh wow, there's a Goliath werebear. Holy shit. No, not here, but there is one. I just scrolled past it and I'm like, what? Oh, were tiger, not were panther. That's why. Okay, perfect. So let's just make sure I set their hit points. And his is going to be, let's see, advanced dice roller. Roll 6 d8 plus 6. Okay. And one more, 16d8 plus. Okay. And of course, his didn't stay. Of course, he did not. There we go. Okay. So, one last thing we're going to do. Initiative. 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 Okay. I'm going to do one more thing before anything happens. Oozy. Okay. So we are going to descending. Corvin's first, but he is on hold. Which I guess is good. The X's, by the way, the X's are windows. And this square looking thing is the door you came through. And actually, this would be bigger because this is a suite and it will be a double door. And so is the other one. So, how's life? He will here in a second, so it's not really going to be any sort of surprise. I'm going to spam Uzi. You going to try to arrest a noble? Yeah, I would say not. Be very difficult to arrest a noble. Okay. So, thoughts on the upcoming fight here, Sway? What is your plan? Since I guess technically he doesn't know you're in on it because he doesn't know you guys are together. Basket for the yeah, over here. Yep, yep, over here by the bed that you guys were dealing with. And we'll actually say, yeah, we'll say you guys are like over here. So this way you'd be like this, and he would be like that. And then I'll say we'll do a object here. Not a square. What the hell? There we go. Your stuff, your spell components are like, we'll say like right here. Yeah, you definitely don't have any armor. I don't know. Do you have it? Yeah, but you don't think you have any weapons. Okay. Okay. We are still waiting on Corvin here, but while we're waiting, what's your kind of plan for what's going on here, Satoshi? Like, now that you kind of see what's gonna happen, he does like look at you, and Corvin's gonna do something. But what is your plan, not knowing what he's gonna do yet? I would say since the combat would have literally just started, you don't know. Since you were away, Sway said what she's gonna do is like act like she's gonna uh, act like something's in her head. Not that your character would know that right off the bat, but you don't know how he's gonna react yet because his turn is after Sway's. Which I'm actually going to. Can I edit this? Nope. Let's do this. Save. Oh wow, he rolled low. Yeah. So this guy. So the first were rat is the guard that's outside. Okay. So yes, so you are somewhere on the roof. Where are you on the roof? You said you were at an open window listening, so you would have to be like on this side somewhere. Yep. Hmm. Okay. So are you on a building that's this building or the building next to you? Next to it. Okay, the building next to it is significantly shorter because the buildings here, the building next to it is only a two-story building. In this building, yeah, like literally no one would be looking out for you, so there really isn't anything for you to anybody to notice you. But yes, there is like stuff on the roof, like obviously like stair access. There is like stuff. Remember, this is sort of like a modern-ish D&D-ish world, like Walking Dead-ish world. So there is stuff like old broken air conditioning units on the roof, and just various different like electrical things on the roof that don't work anymore. So there is stuff there. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a couple things for you to hide behind on the roof. Okay. Hmm. Yep. All you hear so far is calling of the guards, and we'll say you're like over here. Okay. Okay. Unless you have something like message, I would say no, but that would also require an action. So I'll say you can definitely shoot the bottle. we'll say that would be disadvantage since you're below and you're shooting through a wall, so it's kind of hard to actually see where the bottle is. Which is like I said, they're on the third story, and then you're on the roof of the second story on a different building. So you were kind of like, I guess you would be level, but you were on a separate building here, and then where the wine bottle is, because Satoshi took the wine bottle, so it's like yeah. So technically in D&D ish terms, since the wine bottle has quote unquote full cover, you can't shoot it. But I'll say you saw Satoshi kind of pick up the wine bottle, so you know roughly where it is. I'll say you can shoot it with disadvantage. Okay, 17. I'm going to say, wait, that was 17 with disadvantage. Wow, nice. All right. So an 8 plus whatever your to hit is. Wow. So you are able to shoot the wine bottle. It kind of comes through. Um, yeah, and it kind of comes right through the wall and shoots through the wine bottle. And I actually forgot to switch my music. Next, boom. So the rest of your turn. Okay. You can do an intimidation, I guess. Yeah, we'll say that'll use your action for the intimidation. Nat one. So we'll. Yes, it was. 1 plus 1. So Satoshi, gunshot comes through the wall. It kind of explodes the glass. Like the second you put the bottle down and do your thing, he yells for the guards, and the bottle next to you just explodes. Okay. All right. So you're saying the Lord has a sniper? Okay. From where you are, no, because he is like literally behind the wall. But I mean, I would say you would have an inkling because you were outside with the bottle of wine, and you would have saw him go behind the building. He didn't roll super high on his stealth, so you like know he's there. Okay. Say what? Say that again. You're not? No, I see you guys on the turn order. That's weird. Corvin's at the bottom. See, you had to like expand it a little bit. Oh, weird. Now I have Corvin at the top. You still don't see Corvin? Yeah, try to restart the roll 20. Yeah, because I definitely see him there. But Satoshi, what are you doing? Okay. How much movement do you have? Yep. So this is 45. So 30 is like that, or you can do 25 like this to this window. Okay. Okay. On top of yourself? Okay. All right. And how big is fog cloud again? 20-foot radius. So like that. Yeah. And then I'll fill it in with gray, and I'll push it to the back. There we go. So you're stuck in the middle. So, and I think that is it. So you use your bonus action to disengage. Um, so we drop down to sway. Okay. That is barely exposed. Okay. Yep. Mhm. Mhm. All right, at this door over here. Okay, you can go ahead and do a dex. We'll say a dex check. Front. There we go. Or a dex attack roll. I guess it would be the best one. Okay. Well, it's a dex save, but I think your dex save in to hit with this 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, you're not proficient in improvised weapons, so it would just be a +4. So I'll keep your roll. Your roll's a 14 plus 4 is an 18. So I'll say you successfully get it over here, and you're throwing it directly at the door itself. Yep. So it'll smash against the door, kind of in a goopy blob over here. Okay. Any sort of bonus actions or anything? This gray blob is your oil. Okay. Next is the were rat guard. He'll kind of go to the door and open the door, and he will run through and seeing the cloud, but he can't see you guys. He says, "My lord, we're here. What happened? What's going on?" And that'll be his turn. The other taller guard is also going to come in and kind of look around and do the same thing. The lord on his turn, he says, uh, "Those two people in here. One, I think someone's outside, and they're in the fog. Go get them." And the lord is going to do. Uh, how much speed does he have? 30. So, and, and he is going to come on. He's going to run down. He can't get fully down the stairs, so that's a good sign. Corvin. Yep. Yeah, these X's are windows, just so you know. So, yep. Okay. The smaller halflingish person. Okay. Knowing you, they always hit. Uh, both. Oh yeah, because you don't have your -5 set up on that. So the first one definitely misses. The second one does hit. So you can go ahead and roll your damage here. And it's a +10, right? So okay. So a shot just rings out, smashes the glass as glass now kind of rains down into this alley down here below. And you definitely. The first shot, I'll say the first shot would have advantage, but after you take the first shot, that'll kind of break it. Actually, I'm gonna say no because he told them that someone was outside. So I'm gonna. All right. Any sort of bonus actions or anything? I don't know if you can do anything. Okay. Satoshi, you have a big chunk out of this rattling arm, or this were rat arm. Okay. You use your action to just use your maid's hand to open it. Uh, are you gonna try to hide, or are you gonna try to use your bonus action to hide, or run, or disengage, or dash, or? All right. So I'll say yes. If you want to use your bonus action to hide, I'll say you can do that. Okay, go ahead. Because you're literally under his desk now. So okay, we'll say that's your situation here. All right, sway. Okay, sway pinged themselves. Okay, you gonna burning hands? Are you gonna burning hands from your position right here? Okay, okay, and you can obviously get both of them since they're both 15 feet away. So DC 14 Dex. Do they have any saves? No. So Dex for where rat makes it, and the other thing also doesn't have any special saves. Fail. So is it fail take half or succeed take half or what? So the were tiger takes 5. Oh, half on a success. So he will take -2. Okay. You move 5 feet of movement. What else do you want to do here? Yep. You just had to move up 1 square to do that. No, it stays there. So you are still in it. Okay. Okay. All right. So the rat guard um, is hurt and is taking damage, and he'll yell, "Oh, sniper outside!" And he will kind of run forward this way. Let's see. Oh, he does have a hand crossbow. Great. So he'll kind of where he is now. He'll kind of like peek out around the window, and he'll see Corvin, and he is going to do multi attack, 2 attacks. Does 17 hit? Yes. Yeah. Half cover. Yeah, it's +2. Okay, so both. Yep. So both of them kind of miss as you kind of duck behind, and it kind of just choo choo off the stonework there. And then the were tiger has a bit of a better weapon, so he is also going to do the same thing, kind of put his back up against the wall in the desk, and he is not facing Satoshi, so he doesn't even notice that he's over there. He'll look around, and he will also do his 2 attacks, and those both miss, so they suck. And the Lord gets downstairs, and then we will put him to a different layer. Corvin. Yeah. Yeah, you would see him kind of duck behind the wall. So he does have 3/4 cover. You can sort of see him through the window, kind of like his arm. But for this, no, that was because you couldn't see the bottle. So for this, because you have sharpshooter and you ignore 3/4 cover, you can just go ahead and make your attack. Okay. Miss and -5 would give you a miss. Oh, I see it. I see it. Yeah, yeah. So you kind of like shoot and it kind of goes through the window again, and you shoot again and it kind of goes through the wall on the other side. Are you gonna move it all? All right, Satoshi. You see the were tiger person. He has not yet shifted yet, but you do know from your vision when you went into his mind that a lot of these guards that are here with the noble are like were things. So he is a tall elfish humanoid, similar to the one that you saw on the road. We can do that, but do you need to see somebody for a featherfall? Do you need to see them? It's also casting time, one reaction. Yep, but it is not touch. It's 60 feet. So you would have to literally jump out and use your reaction to cast it on both of you guys. You guys are making all sorts of friends. All right. So what do? You use your action to cast it, or your reaction rather. All right. You can go ahead and do an athletics check to kind of jump out the window. Gonna look at like a 18 to get across this here. You can do it. No, that's a nat one. So you jump out the window and you begin falling to the ground slowly, but you begin falling. Not as you're falling. You have nothing to hide behind. Not yet. They're not even looking at you. Like he's looking this way, sort of like out the window, and then he's like a halfling, so he can't see you behind the desk. So you jump out, and you just fall, and you fall, and you fall, and you fall. Uh, let's see, how far is 3 stories? We'll say it's 15 feet a story, so you're 45 feet up. So we'll say you fall for the rest of your turn. Sway. Gonna cast a floating disc. Okay. And are you gonna fly over to uh, Corvin, or what are you gonna do? Uh, the disc is immobile while you are within 20 feet of it. If you are more than 20 feet away from it, the disc follows you. So you actually, yeah. So basically, yeah. So that wouldn't work with kind of the way you're thinking. Yeah. And then it'll just stay floating there while you're 20 feet away. because it basically no, it stays within 20 feet of you. So if you start moving, it'll follow you. Yeah, he casts it on you. Okay, perfect. And I'll say make an acrobatics check as well as your or athletics check. I'll say athletics or acrobatics. And yeah. Okay. Well, yep. And you kind of jump out and you kind of gracefully float. You're still floating by the end of your turn, but you will get to where you are at. And yep. And where we're at now, sort of looks out the window looking for Corvid. I'm gonna do a. Actually, his passive perception is 12, and you are not hiding. So he's gonna look out the window, and he will see you, and he'll be like, "What the hell?" And he will shoot at you, Sway. So I'm pretty sure 10 misses and 23. Does that hit? Okay, you take 5 damage as a hand-to-hand crossbow arrow just kind of flies into you. Uh, in the were tiger kind of yells, "What the hell's going on?" And he looks out the window again. He cannot kind of see you unless he like cranes his neck, so he's not going to bother. He's going to try to shoot at Corvin again. That's a miss. That's a crit. So 13 to you, Corvin. Has a long. No, the first one or the second one rather is a 24. So the natural one misses, and then the 24 hits you. Yep, 24 crit. So as this longbow kind of you kind of look out and you kind of hide behind the thing when the first arrow kind of hits and bounces off, and you kind of poke your head back out to see where he is, and he shoots you in the shoulder, and he sinks in deep. And with that, Rotten Tooth is going to do a thing, and these other creatures aren't going to do anything yet. You do see, Corvin, at the start of your turn, you do see the guards that were standing behind the building. I'll actually even put them out. We'll say the guards are kind of looking around, kind of looking in the building, and then they start running this way. Yeah. Well, if you can't see him from here, but you can hear the footsteps. Uh, you can hear the footsteps kind of below you in the alley. Sway and Satoshi clearly see them. They are running underneath them. But yeah, he just jumped out and fell. Like he kind of fell out the window and just tumbling down. So I'll say since Sway made a decent, it is your turn now, and Sway made a decent acrobatics roll, so you can kind of see Sway uh, kind of go out the window, and it has made it more across the building. So you can kind of see her jump out the window and kind of float this direction. I would say I don't know, a couple minutes, because okay, so you're gonna go off the building that you're at and climb up. There is no more up. You're at the top. Okay, so you're gonna go to the building like this way. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll say each of the alleys are roughly the similar size, so they could be 20 feet, they could be 10, 15. So we'll say make an acrobatics or athletics check. Okay. 15. So I will send. Are you fleeing this battle then? Okay. Okay. Yeah, you hear him call for guards. He didn't specify a number, and at least you're too far away to actually understand a number anyway. You just heard guards. So, oh, okay. Right. So, Satoshi, as you are falling and you are kind of sway. Do you have the disc out? Did you put that under him? Okay. So you fall. You're falling at the same rate as Sway is, but you fall a little bit below where she is at since it is your turn, and you kind of hit the disc and kind of float 5 feet more down and kind of just tap on the ground, and you are on the ground level. Some humanoid figures, some humans ran past you just before you ran past. They ran past you before you hit the ground. No, they are continuing to run to the front door right now. Okay. Like this or what? At this window? Oh, so like in the window like this. Okay. 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 And just to make sure you don't need line of sight for that spell. Okay. Just a center on range. Okay. All right. So you have a fog cloud. So you still have bonus action to movement. What are you doing? You are on the ground. Yeah. Okay. You can go ahead and run away then. Which direction are you running? And are you running stealthily? Okay. You you can do bonus. You can bonus action hide if you're going to do that to run stealthily. To remain stealthy, you need to do half movement. Yep. So roll your hide first. Okay. And that'll be your go. Sway with the slow fall. You gently fall to the ground. What do you do? Okay. You gonna bonus action dash as well? Okay. So you are off the map and you are out of here. Are you stealthily running or are you just going? Okay. Yep. Luckily, both the people who are straggling behind can do that, which is great. Doesn't change your clothes, but it'll change what you look like. All right. All right. The were rat in the building. Kind of you just hear him yell Satoshi because Sway is not there. Uh, Satoshi, you just kind of hear, uh, where? How did this fog get on us? And then you hear some rustling noises. You also hear the were tiger yell, I don't know. Let's go down. And then he gets out of earshot of you. Guards near you, since you were being stealthy and Sway wasn't, kind of run 15. Actually, I should probably do the back and run 15. And Sway wasn't stealthy, so they kind of keep running and then wait, what was that? And turn around and clearly see you. Uh, so they are going to run. All right, you don't know that. You don't know that. Do they have any ranged attacks? No, they do not. Look at you. So that is everything. Actually, what they're going to do is they're going to action dash, and they will. And then Corvin, I assume you keep running. Okay. Yep. All three of you can do that, so that'll be a good plan. But Satoshi, how do you get away from these guys? Okay. 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 You can go ahead and do a dex, like a dex attack. So you can just do a dexterity. You can just click on your dexterity. Okay. So you kind of launch it up and you throw it kind of on top of yourself, but also on top of them. Um, so you hear them. You're kind of covered in this silver because it's silver and glass, right? Or just silver. Okay. So you hear them kind of breathe it in, and they just start, and they just like start coughing, and it's like they're kind of crying out, "Burn!" But it's just these two guys right now. Yep. So yep, you used your action, so it'd be a bonus action dash or disengage if you want to do that. And then, all right, so double movement. They are going to try to attack you here. So let's see. So one of them, oh, they're not in that form yet. Oh, damn. I was gonna bite you. That'd be so great. So they're just gonna do some spears at you. Pretty sure both of those miss. All right. So you are out of there, and you have 60 feet of movement. Okay. Okay. So these guys pursue you. They have the exact movement of you, so they do follow you around the corner. Uh, we're gonna do one more turn with you since Sway and Corvin are able to get out. So are you going to? You can ditch him if you do movement action dash bonus action dash if you want. Okay. So they're gonna do one more here. That is a hit. That misses. So you do get one spear kind of in you. So you are bleeding now. So just keep that in mind when you do transform. Even if you do transform with your changeling thing, you are still bleeding. Okay, so we will say you are out of there as well, and we will move out of combat. Oop, that's the world map. Yeah, that's the one I wanted you guys in. I was right. So everyone go ahead and do a. We're gonna do a deception. Yeah, deception check for how well your disguises are going with your different features and spells. Okay. Okay. So generally very middling. So let's do this. I'm going to bring up the only people who are chasing you are the werewolves. So I'm going to do a single perception. Okay. Satoshi and Sway, they kind of see you and notice that your clothing are the same. So they do kind of uh, point to where you guys are standing and yell. And some other guards are kind of like looking confused, and they begin to run back to the hotel. So what do you guys do? Keep running. All right. So you're running this direction. Are you gonna stay in town? Run out of town? What are we doing? Yep. The other tavern thing is like here. So you can run in there if you want. All your kind of stuff is probably still in your rooms. Okay. Okay. So Satoshi and Sway can re-roll a deception check. We'll say. Okay. Okay. And then I'm gonna roll a hidden thing since they are not specifically near you. Okay. 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 Actually, I'll say. Okay. I'll say. I will say. I will play your healer here, and noticing that you guys are bleeding. Um, Come on, let's go to the campaigns. There we go. I will say he's going to use some of his spell slots to heal you. Spells. We are going to do a cure wounds on each of you. So that'll be for Sway. That'll be for Satoshi. Okay. And you guys are no longer like bleeding out of your clothes, so you can kind of like wash yourself up. Okay. You do know the silver is not everywhere. It's on just his bedroom. Corvin, you are there as well. What do you think? I would say where are are you going to regroup with them in the inn where you guys are staying, or are you just running out of town? Do you have all your stuff on you? Okay. Okay. So I'll ask you then. Here, I'm actually going to do something. Satoshi, we are going to server deafen, and we are going to sway. We're going to server deafen. Where are you running, Corvin? Since they don't see you. Hmm. Okay. So the place that Satoshi said that he wanted to go. Yeah, and so I have been keeping track of this. We've been doing this for the past couple sessions here. So you are currently. I'll bring them back in, but they wouldn't know where you're running to. Let's see. All right, you guys should be able to hear me now. Um, so okay, yeah, you can definitely do that as well. Where are you running? Which tavern? You are in the inn that you guys are staying at, and you got changed and all that stuff. Right, right. Yep. I thought you guys were doing that. I thought you guys were doing that before I went to Corvin. So what are you guys doing now? Assuming you already got changed, where are you guys running? Cor- Cor- Corvin, I sent you a message as well here. Okay. So Sway, what are you doing? Okay. Depends on what you do and where you're going. So, kind of tell me what you do. You're gonna leave the inn and try to capture a guard. Are you gonna go this way? Are you gonna go back to the hotel? It's about two, 3 in the afternoon. I'll say after like the massage and everything, we're close to dinner time. And I'll also do a correction. I did remember that uh, with the gunshot person Satoshi, the password thing is on the front and back door. So if you did want to change your plan, I thought you guys did that to his bedroom, but you did the silver on the bedroom and the arcane lock on the front and back door. Yeah. So do you want? Okay. Okay. So you don't want to change your plan to go to the gun shop like you said first. Okay. I'll say so. Sway, what are you doing to find a guard? Left, right. Okay, you go to the gun shop. So are you gonna go this way, or are you gonna go a long way around? Kind of, how do you do it? Uh, let's see. Are you on the map? Am I with me? Yeah, yeah. So if you go this way, the orange line that I'm kind of drawing over the character portraits. Yeah. So are you going? Yeah. This way is the short way because the shop is where this A is. It's like over here. So are you gonna go this way? This is in front of the hotel. Okay. So you run right in front of the hotel. Okay. All right. Okay. Walk. So you calmly kind of walk through, and we'll say do a with Corvin. If Corvin's running and Sway's running, both of you guys do a stealth check. Okay. I'll say for this, you guys, since you both did change, we'll say we have advantage. Just so we're doing this more of not stealth, like literally being hidden, more like hiding within the crowd and not drawing any attention to you. So Corvin do an advantage stealth. There we go. Okay. All right. So I did pre-roll their perception as a GM roll, so you guys wouldn't be able to see it. So you guys run. One of you run this way. One of you run or walk rather, very obviously past the hotel, and both of you guys actually meet up in the gun shop. Because Corvin said he kept running and kind of did a diversion to the gun store. So, yeah. Yeah, you guys run to the door and you both say the password at the same time, and you're like, "Oh, that's weird." Then you open the door and you both are just standing there looking at each other funny. Yep. So you are aware of the lycanthrope ishness of all of the guards that are stationed at the hotel, and that the noble is a were rat. They would have told you about the potion thing that we told you about at the start. That he talked to the potion maker when he was in jail. Satoshi was in jail. He was telling you about some potion that they know that requires blood. That is an antidote for like lycanthropy. And just as you guys, so you guys know as well, you do hear a commotion in this building, but it sounds like a work sort of commotion and not like something going on. So he's working on something. That's why he didn't barge in and like, who the hell's in my house? He can't really hear. Yep. So you kind of poke your head in the house, and he's just has his back to you, and he's just kind of at his gunsmithing sort of tools, and he's like just hacking away at making another, keeping busy sort of thing. And as you say that, he kind of turns around and he's like, "Oh God, it's you guys again." And he says, "Yeah, doing okay so far. A lot better now that guards have been not really harassing me." Just hopefully the situation you have upstairs will help me get back on my feet here. I'm hoping to, open my shop up in the next week or two, and I need some inventory. So he kind of just points out. He kind of in the it's been about 3 or 4 days, or it's been about two days since you finished the bars on his house. So he kind of holds his hand out to the guns that he's created. He's created like a couple revolvers, and he's created one rifle. And he's just saying, I'll probably need hopefully 4 or 5 more, and I can probably get a good couple week inventory out of him. And then he kind of perks up and he's like, do tell. Oh yes, but if I tell you what, if you bring me a cure, I will give you just about every weapon I have in this shop. I don't want to deal with this anymore. Waking up into a field randomly every month is just, for the past couple months, it's just been driving me insane. So please bring me a cure. Yep. And he says, still the offer is still on the table. I really hate all of this. Okay. And as he does that, he goes to pick up his hammer again, and you do see on his hands it's still burned from the silver, but he still just picks up his hammer and still starts going back to his work and kind of tinkers with his firearms. Okay. And Sway, do you have any lasting thoughts here before I move to Satoshi? Mm-hmm. Lupinfang. Okay. So, Satoshi. Oh, okay. Satoshi, sitting in the bar with your stealth roll to blend in. You're not specifically hiding, but you're kind of just blending into the crowd at the bar. With your change of clothes and your changeling esque perfect appearance here, the guards come in and they kind of harass everyone, and they kind of yell at everyone and say, "Who? Anybody here see anybody run in?" And they kind of just question everyone. No one really says anything, but they do say, "All right, we need to check for every one of you for magic. No one move, no one leave." And they kind of just go up to everyone and kind of grab them by the shoulders and pick them up and kind of just set them down, trying to check for an illusion. And they go around to everyone in the bar. Do you do anything when they grab you? No. Yeah, it's not an illusion. It is like a biological effect. So the only way for them to know that you're a changeling, you have to literally die, and then you revert back to your true form. Okay. So so they do kind of go around to everyone and kind of just grab everyone and kind of gently shake them and then kind of set them down, and they go over to you and they do the same and kind of set you back down in your chair. And he says, kind of pats you on your shoulder, and he says, "Sorry, old man, I just had to be sure." And they just go over to everyone, and no one here in the bar. You see them go upstairs and pound on all the doors upstairs. In about half an hour, 45 minutes ish of them doing that, they eventually do all leave. So what do you do as they leave, or after they leave? Okay. How? Okay. A different room than the room that you already rented? Okay. Okay. All right. We can definitely do that. So we'll say you stay in the bar, you buy a couple drinks. We'll say everything will be two silver for all the drinks that you have in the meantime. And then the two of you, what do you guys want to do? We'll say you had this conversation. Do you want to do anything throughout the day until night falls? Okay. Okay. Are you planning on sleeping in the gunmaker shop? Okay. And Sway? Okay. You back to the hotel that you fought in or that you stayed in? Okay. All right. So you go back to the hotel. Are you gonna give like Satoshi a different name and different room, or you go back to your old room? Okay. All right. Okay. You guys would have been in the same room though, even though you had different rooms because you guys made a plan together. So that's okay. Okay. So your bloody clothes are in your old room, Satoshi. Okay. So okay. So you able to get through. I'll say I'll keep your stealth check kind of blending in with the people in the town, and you were able to get back to the inn. And does anybody want to do anything before we sleep and do all of that kind of good stuff? Okay. 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 So if nothing else happens before nighttime, with everything here, you guys can level up to 7. Or to 1 second. Actually, is it 6? Did I screw that up? 6. Yeah, you can go to 6 then. For possibly the one of the final level ups of the game. I don't know if we'll go to 7, but likely we probably will. So as you guys level up, you can also roll your hit points in the chat here. And then we will go on to the next day, which today marks 1 week until the full moon. So, as the new day dawns, one of you wake up in the gun shop, one of you wake up, or two of you wake up in the inn. Technically, 3 of you wake up in the inn. And what do you do? And actually, we'll say we'll do a small break. Let's do a 10-minute break so you guys can finish level up, and then we'll pick up in the AM of the following day here. So 9:20 Eastern time, we'll come back. Okay, how's everyone doing on their level ups here? Did you, Satoshi, how's your level up in spells and all that stuff coming? Satoshi, how you doing? Why is he ignoring me, man? Oh, nice. He took expertise in deception. That'll be very useful. Shotoshi. Okay. So you good with all your levels up? So kind of what's going on? Okay. Okay. Yes, you did. And nothing happened to you this time. Not this time. All right. So what's the plan? What's the plan, team? Okay, that's one option. Okay. Also an option. Okay. The spiky things. I mean, they're not silver; they're steel. So yes, Corvin can make you some of those if you tell him. That'll probably how many do you want? I think the bags are of 20. Is that what's happening for caltrops? So for a bag of 20, that would be, since they're small, I would say it would take him probably most of the day. I'll say for the bag of 20, we'll say the morning. How about that? It'll take him the morning till about noon. Okay. Hmm. I think he just crushed some silver. Yeah, I would say if you wanted to make more as well, you can have the gunsmith person help you. Um, he'll ask for like not in silver, but he'll ask you for like 2 silvers worth of copper. And yeah, yeah, and he'll do yeah he'll do that then. While Corvin's on the forge, he can be in the other room like smashing silver and like grinding it up. Um, so I'll say you each of you can have uh, with the amount of silver that you have, and remember you still have that cart buried under the tree outside of town here. So I would say with so you have silver coins. True. I mean, true. You can have a silver ring made. I don't know if you ever go on YouTube and watch people make rings out of like coins and stuff. So you can have uh, the gun maker, with full gloves and full stuff as he makes this silver powder. He can basically take a silver coin and like, cut the middle out and like pound, stretch it out and kind of get it so it'll fit on your finger as well. So he can make you a very crude silver ring. It won't look pretty, but it'll be like a ring. Okay, just let us know. Yeah, so it won't be a gorgeous looking ring. It would be like a crude looking silver ring, but it'll be effective. So if you go to shake someone's hand, it could burn them. Yeah. Yeah, and like I said with the gunshot person, he can make very crude, looking ring. Something that'll fit on your hand, but it won't look like an elegant, finely made. It'll just be, a silver coin with the middle cut out, put on your finger, basically. What do you mean silver bomb? I would say that is something that the gunshot person could make, but since it is sort of like a sensitive thing, it might take him a few days. Uh, Plus, with him making it, he'll be kind of like wary about making it since it is silver, and if it does explode, it might kill him. So it'll take him a lot longer than it would take him to make a typical bomb. So in order to do that, depending on how many you want, it would be like a day or two to make these. Okay. Yeah, you're on that silver paint thing because you did that a couple weeks ago. Um, yeah, I mean, if you could explain to me silver paint, we will probably be able to do that. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, Yeah, I'll, I'll say that would work, Sway. It wouldn't be like a paint. You could do like oil or like a lotion. Right. Right. Oh God. Oh my God. Hello. Sure. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is this for your Blood Hunter feature thing? All right. Well, ability checks to recall information, so survival and recall sort of thing. So let me do this. All right. So I'll say werewolves are humanoids; they're not monstrosities. So I will say for this, because you have the Monster Hunter background and all the stuff that we were going through uh, earlier this game, I will say specifically with lycanthropes, but nothing else added to that. Yeah. So spend the morning making caltrops in silver dust. After the silver dust is made, we have about six. Um, we'll say we'll say yeah, six. So one of you can have two pouches, or two of you can have two pouches, but we'll have six pouches of this silver stuff, this silver powder. Okay, and then I'll say Satoshi can take two, so you guys can use one of the powder bags to make whatever lotion that you guys are planning. So everyone, you can either write in your inventory or write it down on a piece of paper, whatever you have. Yeah, a bag of silver powder or powdered silver. Okay. Now, do you have two weapons? Okay. Okay. I was Yeah, I was thinking if you wanted to do put your magic infusion on it instead. But I mean, you can have your magic infusion doing the magic bullets and the silver bullets on the same gun, so it's kind of up to you. Right. 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 So you spent the morning doing caltrops and oh yeah, so you have one bag of caltrops, silver caltrops. So you have caltrops and silver dust. What do you guys do for the rest of your day here? Okay. Hmm. And yeah, and I think Sway said as well that they thought that everybody is a lycanthrope as well. You do know the general is Lord Lupinfang's brother, who is also a werewolf. So you, so you, we did discuss this earlier as well in an earlier session. I think it's probably three or four, but Corvin does know that the more experience you have with lycanthropy, you can just will yourself to do it, kind of like the person that you saw on the road, that tiger you saw on the road. So the full moon really wouldn't matter if they are like lifelong lycanthropes. They can just do it. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I'll remind you guys as well. The thing that I read to you guys, or that I said to you guys at the very first session, because kind of when we opened the game, um, I told you that I'll kind of read you off what I said there, kind of give you some more information about this as well. It says Acastria, a human country in a post-apocalyptic world, once a great nation sundered, a nation determined to get back to how things were, secure, peaceful, and fearless. Today, 100 years after the scholars and wizards figured out the calamity, this nation is on the incline. Unfounded rumors are still bandied about that Duke Lupinfang plans to start a rebellion against the crown. After many fervent denials, strange happenings emerged near Castle Lupinfang. Every month in the night of the full moon, damaged property, then dead livestock, and finally a murder. All things happened the night of a full moon, and in the trade town of Adalwulf, an incredibly important trade stopped from merchants. It is the first, last, and only ground-based trade route for Castle Lupinfang. Other than convenient way to get goods into Lupinfang is by boat in the port of Haas, which is triple the distance away, closer to Castria. So with this, there is rumors that uh, we haven't really kind of touched on that because no one's really willing to talk about it in this town. But there was rumors in Acastria. If you look at the map here, we started in this town up here, and we traveled down to figure out the murder and stuff. So when you guys went to the guild, the Adventurers Guild, to get the quest, they were kind of talking about this in the town and in the bar and the tavern and stuff. So you do know that there are rumors, unfounded maybe, that there is possibly a rebellion that could start. So people already think that he's kind of loopy as it is. The king, there is no king. It is a queen that runs Akastria, which is up north, and that is about a 2 3. I think it was like a 3 day travel there. So you could send someone to deliver a letter, but that would take multiple days. Well, you can do that. He's drinking at the bar. That's what he's doing. So you can definitely do that. Yep, you can do that. So from Adalwulf to Lupinfang is a day, and then from Lupinfang up is 3 days. So you can do that with Barthor. You can write down kind of what do you say in the letter to the crown. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Yes. So by the time the letter gets there, will be 4 days, and then if they did want to respond, they would have to send troops immediately, which will be a 3 day march down, which would be on the seventh day exactly. So it could be some bureaucratic things holding that back, but you would be literally cutting it really close if you do it right now. Okay. Let me just make a note here on my timeline as well, so I can make sure I actually don't forget to do something about it. Or a paladin. No, he's a zealot barbarian. Uh, Fine Steed is I think is second or third. Yeah, you can rent horses. Honestly, I don't know what the ride is. Yeah, let's see. Let me open the player's handbook since it's got all the stuff in it. I do see a service for um, a cab, like a coach. That's 3 copper per mile. And let's see. It is a full day, so I think it's 20. What is it? 24 that you can travel in a day on a horse. Okay, let's see. They don't have rent prices for horses. They have purchase prices. So I'll say the rent prices will be a quarter of the price, and horses for riding are 75 gold pieces, and draft horses are 50. So it'd be 70. It would be a 25% of 75. So let's see. So it'll be we'll say 19 gold for horses total for a week. We'll say. Nope. Uh, so just remember as well, you have a shitload of silver. Yep. You can also sell it. Yep. I mean, you can sell it, you can make it, you can craft it, kind of whatever you guys are thinking of doing here. I mean, you also know the Thieves Guild is here, and she seemed when you poured out all that silver very interested in that silver. Yeah. All right. So the plan is to grab the silver that you guys buried outside of town, and okay, and then where are you going with it? To the Thieves Guild? Okay. Okay. So you're gonna turn it into coins and not go to the Thieves Guild then. Oh, so you're gonna give them the raw silver. They're gonna give you coins. Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. I was thinking yes, you're saying clean it, but I was like, oh, you just sell it to him. But yes, I know what you mean now. Yep. I'm just a dunce. Great. So, yes. So, okay. I am still looking in the stupid player's handbook of traveling times in a day. It's probably in the stupid DMG, which is gonna piss me off. But I'll figure this out later. So, you go to the Thieves Guild. You get all your stuff. Are you gonna do this stealthily in town, or are you guys not gonna worry about the guards anymore? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I was thinking to getting the silver and going to the Thieves Guild. That part of your journey, are you trying to be stealthy, trying to be hidden, trying not to draw attention to yourself? Kind of what's your? Oh yeah, but when you walk by, did they move? Yeah, when all that stuff happened, they went around to the front of the building, but they are still kind of guarding the entrance. No, the door disappeared because they had the illusion on the door. Yeah, you still have to like fiddle with the door, so you have to figure out where it is. But I mean, if you just kind of walk around and then trip over a rock, you just know where the door is. So okay, okay. So I'll say let's do a stealth check just for everyone, just to see how well you guys blend in. Okay, this is for. Okay, okay. So we can do stealth check for everyone, and then we can do another check for sway. We can do a deception. So the stealth check is just kind of how you blend in with the crowd here. Yep. And kind of just going through town, kind of hurrying. Uh, as you try to exit town, is the only time when you get stopped, and one of the guards will say, kind of when you guys leave, kind of just hold his hand up and just say, "Well, there, travelers, we're having some issues with people leaving town. Can I ask for your business? We are trying to keep records." And yeah, he says, "Oh, so you're part of the travelers that are doing the okay." And you guys, do you guys show him the poster and all that stuff as well? Okay, so okay, okay, okay. So he just kind of he talks to you guys for a little bit, and after seeing the flyer, he kind of loosens up and he just says, "Just kind of be on the lookout and just kind of keep on your toes here." And he just kind of lets you pass. You go outside of go outside of town. You dig up the silver. Um, I would assume that you kind of avoid going in this entrance of town since he just saw you. Kind of loop around, go behind the hotel where the thieves guild is. You do see there are more guards now. There was only two, now there's three. Two are standing at the door. One is kind of going up and down the alley and then going across the building, going up and down the other alley, kind of doing like a perimeter. So, with that information, Sway, are you still going to do the archaeology thing? Like the architecture, yeah, that one. Okay. So the two of you, what are you guys going to do? Okay. I just want to check some spells here. Satoshi, you don't have invisibility, right? Was that freaking warlock? Let's see. Let's see. Was it the warlock? No, because he doesn't have it either. He has darkness. All right. Oh, you have invisibility. So you're just gonna not use it and just walk through? Okay. Okay. And I'm just checking our Drew. Man, Uzi did not take enhanceability. What the hell? Yeah, but he's not here, so I was gonna use some spell slots on you guys. But well, that sucks. So okay, so let's do with that deception check. You guys, let's have you guys roll another stealth check, and then see if you guys get in without noticing. And I'll roll a perception check with disadvantage. I'll say with Satoshi's roll is a nat 20. I'll say you guys are kind of just fine. We'll give them disadvantage on their perception check since they're being distracted by Sway. Yeah, with a 14, you guys will be fine. And then Sway kind of does distract him well enough to actually get you guys underneath the building. So, underneath the building, you are just trying to sell this over to them. Okay, how much are you going to try to sell to them? The the cart outside was 500 gold worth. Okay. Okay. So for everything, for all of the silver that you bring to them, they offer you to give you 400 gold worth of silver coins. Okay. All right. You can do so. You can do it with disadvantage because the last time you guys were here, you can do a persuasion check with disadvantage because the last time you guys were here, you made a quite an impression on them. So, all right, with the 13, they do not offer you any further gold. So you guys, one person can add 400 gold to their inventory, or you guys can split it up however you want to do it. Okay. Uzi is still here as well, so 100 gold each. Okay. You guys can. You don't have to. Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm going to tell him next session, but so 133 gold for everyone, and then Corvin, you can do 134 gold. Done. Yep. So do you guys want to rent horses now? Buy a horse. I just had that open. I think I said 75 gold to buy a riding horse. Okay. Okay. So I will. Okay, I will temporarily say, do you guys want to buy Uzi a horse? And we won't deduct the gold today, but if he comes next session, we will buy him a horse. Okay, so you guys rent him a horse. Okay, so we will go over that next section. I'll actually write that down. But possible Uzi horse for 75 gold or rent. Uzi horse question mark 75G buy or 25% rent. Okay. With this, what is the rarity of the item? Magic item. Uncommon. I will say, I think uncommon magic items. All right. I'm going to pull up the DMG. Uh, I'll say since it is uncommon, yes. But we will tentatively do that. I will search whatever the price is of it while we play here. Okay. Yeah, and I'll definitely take a look, but I will give you a price. We'll kind of keep going, and then when I find the price, I will let you know, and we can just buy it on the road. So you guys are going to Lupinfang. That's the plan. Okay. So as you guys go along, let's do a D20. 100 to 500 is for uncommon. So I'll say they ask 100 gold for it. Yes, you can do that. You can do that for 30. Perfect. So you have a ring of jumping now. Okay. So we'll do D20 here. Satoshi got his. Yep. We'll do random encounter. See if you find anything on the road. Okay. And a Corvin is 16. Corvin, do a D12 and a D8. All right. I see a 4 and a 1. Okay. For this along the road, um, you're traveling. You're after dinner time, so it is dusk as you're traveling through. You get to about Lupinfang at about roughly like 3 in the morning. That's kind of your travel time that you're doing. Again along the bridge, as you come through, you're about 9 o'clock. Sun has set just recently, and you see more of the weird balls of light. Every time you pass the bridge, if I can even speak, you have more balls of light. Just go across the bridge. And as you pass, you can ride kind of past them, and you kind of see them like you typically do, and you can move off the path, and as you run by them, they do change color, but they don't do anything. They kind of keep on their path and keep going. Do you guys want to engage or talk to them or do anything with these vault? Yeah, it's the same ones that you guys noticed before that you guys know as will-o-wisps. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 So you guys pass by the will-o-wisps and travel on to Lupinfang, and you ride up to the gate, and at the late part of night, and they do as you approach the city. Guards on the wall and guards on the ground do kind of hold the hands up with like a stop kind of hand sign, and as you guys approach, they do say, "Hail, travelers! Late hour." And they kind of nod and say, "Do tell. What information do you have?" All right. Do a persuasion check. Whoever said it was confidential and whoever was talking to them. I'll say you can do advantage with since you're helping. There we go. Since more than one person was talking, so we'll say with your 21 advantage here, they do kind of say, um, they'll say, I understand the confidential nature of this. However, the city is still on lockdown, so unless you can give us some sort of idea we of what the information is, we unfortunately still cannot let you in. The guard here that are on the ground that you don't kind of recognize, I assume you're looking for the guards that you spoke to before. Yeah, you do kind of look up on the wall, and their faces are a little um, hidden from the barricade because they're up high and then behind those little, those slats that come up from the castle walls. So their faces are a little hidden, so you don't recognize the guy that you spoke to before. He tells you guys that there's just some strange happenings recently. About 2 days ago, General went missing, and there's been sightings of uh, large wolf creatures. And then recently in Adalwulf, they've been sort of what they are calling a disturbance of sorts. The noble Rotten Tooth was attacked at the hotel, so we're keeping quite an eye on everybody here. We're pretty much on lockdown unless we have important business, specific merchants. We kind of don't let anybody in by orders of the Lord of the town, Lord of the keep. So do another persuasion check as well. I'll say with advantage because I assume one of you are also going to show them the letter, which will help. But okay, Satoshi with the rolls. So they'll kind of say, uh, what we'll do is we'll kind of uh, yell up to the people on the top, and they'll say, "We'll let them in. We need an escort." And they do let you in. They do tell you that they are going to have multiple escorts with the four of you. Um, so they are going to have people follow you around town, but they will let you in. So you guys do enter the city. The one that you were speaking to at the front are The ones that were on the wall are not, but they do have bows and arrows. So do you shake their hands, the guys that are going to follow you? Okay. Yeah, it's like 3 a.m. Not specifically 3 a.m., but it's like late morning. But okay, so question is, of the three inns that are here, do you stay at the same one? Not the haunted one? Well, I mean, it's no longer haunted. I mean, it possessed somebody and ran away. At 3 a.m. Okay. Okay. So I'll say you guys do keep your horses at the inn. You kind of just stable them up, and they do ask for a payment for the three horses in total, 1 gold total for all four of them. It's 1 gold total for all four. So yep, yep. So Satoshi got the 1 gold for all horses. So what is that? 3 silver, 2 silver for all of them. But anyway, um, okay. Oh my god, you're such a goofball. All right, so you guys stable up your horses and you go to the castle to where the dungeon was that you spoke with the other guys. And you see the typical guards that you saw before. There are 4 guards outside, 2 standing by the door to the keep, and 2 kind of standing around doing like a little bit of patrols on each side of the building, but not walking too far away from the front door. As you guys approach kind of the steps going up to the keep, the guys that are following you, the people that are following you say, well, here's the keep. Hopefully they'll give you an audience, but don't know if it's going to happen tonight. But I mean, maybe he'll like the information that you guys have. It must be important if you traveled all the way here in the middle of the night for it. Yeah, it's one of those things. Like his character has like 18. What is it? 18 intelligence, 18 charisma, and it's just like, my God, I don't. 17 intelligence still. So yeah, I mean he has a 14 dexterity, so he's sacking all of combat for that stuff. But you guys planning on approaching? You gonna talk to the guards that are with you first? Kind of what are we doing? All right. So how are we proceeding here? Okay. So you go up to the guards. The guards will also kind of stop you, and they'll say, it's late night. Very odd that you have a entourage here." And the other guards kind of say, uh, "Yes, apparently they came to the gate, or not apparently. Yes, they came to the gate and said they had important information about the murder happening in Adalwulf." And he'll kind of hold up the flyer that you gave him, and they'll say they're from the guild, and he'll give you back the flyer, and the other guys will kind of say, "This better be some important information. What exactly did you find out?" So Sway, what was that? He does stand kind of stand up more a little bit more straight, and he does say, "That's me. I'm captain of the guard tonight." Is he wearing gloves? Yes, he. Yeah, the only people that you notice that aren't wearing gloves are people who are archers, because they need their finger manipulation. Okay. He says, hmm. He kind of like stares at you, and he's like, "Is this sort of some sort of trick?" Okay, do a persuasion check. Okay. And so what did you ask him to do? Okay. He just holds you out his hand with his glove. Okay. And as you take the glove off, he kind of puts his hand on his sword. And he just holds his hand out. Okay. He does not. So he doesn't do anything. He just kind of holds his hand there. Well, so Sway didn't have anything in their hand. She just had the silver ring on one of her fingers. So the guards wouldn't really make any sort of like notion because having like a silver ring would be something that they would have to actually like look at because it could just be platinum or steel or whatever. It is nighttime after all, so the guards kind of still just watch, but they don't really react to anything. And you're saying that to the captain of the guard? Okay, do another persuasion check. Hey. So he says, "Okay." He'll kind of like look at the other guards, and he'll point at one of the ones that are doing the patrol, and he'll say, "You come stand over by the door here." And he says, "This better be good. This better not be any sort of game, or all of these people will have your hide." And as the other guard kind of walks up, he kind of grabs him by his elbow and kind of pulls him close, and he says something to his ear. Do any of you guys speak Elvish? Okay. You kind of okay. You guys hear him say in Elvish, "If I'm not back in 5 minutes, kill everybody." He's saying that to the other guard that is doing a patrol. He told him to stop doing the patrol and take his post at the door. So yeah. So like how I'll do another little crude drawing. If you look near your tokens, kind of how it is like this is the keep. This is kind of the stairs going up to the keep. There's two guards standing here by the door and two doing patrols like over here and over here. So he grabbed one of the guards that are on patrol, and instead of him standing by the door, he's going to have the guard that's on patrol stand by the door. So so that guard is the one he told him to. And as you start saying that, he kind of says, "I understand. It's just a security precaution." And he'll kind of just say, just nod at the other guy, and he'll just walk over with you. And Yeah, if he doesn't return in 5 minutes. So yeah, so he basically the what you're kind of picking up is that he thinks that this is some sort of trick to get him alone. So he's saying if he doesn't return in 5 minutes to kill all you guys. No, sorry, that I should have explained that better. But yes, it was one of the patrol people. Good God. Uh, okay, and he says, "What is this?" Yeah, well, yes, because when you put his your hands on him, he didn't react to the silver, so he kind of just takes it and he has it in his hand, and he kind of sighs and says, "Yeah, yes, I saw it. It's a silver coin. I'm asking what this situate." He kind of just looks at you and he's just like, "So is this what the silver's for? What do you want me to do with this here?" And he says, "There's a nest of lycanthropes. Is that what you're saying?" He'll kind of nod. Kind of say he'll kind of nod when you say that, and he'll say, "Yes, that would be concerning." And he'll kind of uh, uh, he'll ask you, says, "You guys are for the murder, right? Do you think it was the lycanthropes that committed the murder?" Yes, that would be concerning. He'll say, "Again, I can't make any promises, but I will see if I can get the Lord to meet you tonight, then, because that does seem like it is a of grave consequence." And he walks, yeah, he walks over to the other guard with the silver coin, and he kind of puts his glove back on, and he'll just kind of point to him to stay here, and he'll say again in Elvish, "I'm gonna go try to uh, see if we can get an audience. There is some sort of incident that the Lord needs to know about." And you guys are in the castle, and he tells you guys to kind of wait around, and he, yeah, so he has asked you to wait around as you enter the keep here. It is kind of what you saw before, kind of the entryway to the left, mostly. Okay. So as you start casting the spell, they do stop you. The, is it verbal? I think because you have to say a spell. Yeah, it's verbal. So they. Oh, you're doing it through the ring. Okay. Right. I didn't think you were doing it through the ring. So yes, you can do that. That'll be fine. Ignore what I said. As you kind of enter in the keep, for Corvin, the entrance here, you do see a hallway out to the left with stairs going down with two heavily armed guards that are there. Um, the other team kind of tells you like that's where the dungeon was. That's where they saw the people, and that's where Satoshi got arrested. And then it kind of is a large stairway going up with several guards standing at some entrances that are like offshoot hallways, but it does go up and it goes to like a more flat area past probably like 100 set of stairs. And the captain of the guard, and it's only the captain of the guard with you. The other two that were on the wall stayed outside. And the captain of the guard says, "You guys wait right here. Don't move. Don't leave this room." And he turns and he goes to talk to one of the guards that are standing at one of the doors, and he kind of goes through one of the doors and goes out of sight. So what do you guys do in the meantime? Uh, the door that he walked through had a guard standing next to it. On the opposite side, there's a guard, and down the steps, down these kind of like 100 steps or so, there are about three more guards. There are the two guards standing outside the door that you know of, and then there's the two guards standing near the door to the dungeon. So what did I say? It was like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About, yeah, 11 guards. No, 10 guards. I can count. 10 guards. Okay. Okay. You can, all right, you can go ahead and do a perception check. And most importantly, Satoshi, what are you doing? It's like saying bomb on an airplane. Yep. Okay. Yep. So you kind of look around with your perception as well. You do kind of see up. This place is lit. This central hallway here. It's not all the lights are on, but it is dimly lit, and you do kind of see that the ceiling above you is about 60 feet up. So there is some like glass up there, like a stained glass sort of panel glass on the top, and then towards the front door there's like a those like if you see a castle, it's like the circle stained glass above the door. But other than that, it's like the hallways that the guards are down, and then that front door, and then the doors behind you um, that are at the top of the stairs, and that's kind of like the way you're only the ways out that you see from where you're at. Okay. Okay. So about an hour goes by of you guys just kind of chilling here, and eventually the captain of the guard comes back out, and he says, uh, "Lord Lupinfang will see you now." And he'll kind of point over to the door, and he'll say, "Just follow me here." And they'll open the door for you guys. You kind of go into the audience chamber, and he goes up to the throne, and he just says, "Come with me." And he opens the curtain behind the throne, and there's a door behind it. And he opens the door, and he leads you out into a courtyard. As you go out into the courtyard, you do see how the courtyard is shaped here. It is of a circle shape. The courtyard kind of looks. I need some space on this stupid map. The door that you guys came from is on this side. You see in the center an inner circle. And the outside circle here, it is like this here is like paved, and this here is like like grass, but it is like trimmed kind of like a sort of a garden sort of area. So it's like trimmed grass, some trees, some not trees, some bushes, some flowers, and that sort of thing. And there's like stone benches, kind of like here and here for people to like kind of talk. On the other side, you see um, an overhang. So you see like this building back here that like the balcony of the building kind of hangs over the courtyard, and there's a door back here, but there's like a balcony and a door up here as well. As you come in, you do see Lord Lupinfang in the center ring, and he does say, "Travelers, it is good to see you. I assume you were the ones that accepted my quest at the guild hall." He says, "Come, take a seat," and he'll kind of tell the captain of the guard, um, "Thank you for your service. You can go back to your post." And the captain just says, "Sir," and he kind of does his fist to his chest and kind of nods his head and turns around and leaves. And he kind of leads you into the garden area. This space, I drew it a little bit small here, but this space, the inner garden part, is about 60 feet wide and 60 feet deep. And as you kind of come in kind of where the bushes are to give some sort of privacy, you do see two other people sitting there, and then the Lord Lupinfang sits between them. So he says, he kind of addresses you. He says, "Travelers, you said you had important information for me." Or do you ask him? These are people you have never met these people yet. No, no. Do you? And he does say, um, "Do tell. What news do you bring?" And as you kind of say that, he nods and he does say, "Well, of course, that is what the job says. I don't believe it was some sort of animal. It was definitely a person who did this, so that would not shock me at all." And he does say, he kind of looks at you and he says, "What do you mean?" And he says, "Is that so?" No, Corvin will do a pause here and come back. Corvin did say brother and he did specify general, so he does. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we'll come on back. Kind of finish what you're doing, going, Corvin. Yeah. So the gun maker. Oh, the other noble, you mean? Yeah, Rotten Tooth, the noble. Okay. Do you want to tell him about him? Yeah, and he as you kind of tell him about the lycanthropes, like I said, he says that he does understand that it wasn't an animal, so this could have been a possibility, and he does kind of say when as you're kind of telling him the story, and he says, uh, so you kind of come here and you say you have important news. The quest was to find out who committed the murder. Did you find this? Find this out for me. Yeah, go ahead and do an insight check. And all right, with a 24, you can see him like he's just kind of calm. It's like he expected this answer since when he put out the thing, he didn't expect it to be an animal. So Thane Rottentooth. Okay, do a deception check if you tell him if you say that to him. Yes, because the house didn't commit the murder, the gunsmith did. Okay. With your 14, he kind of says, that is quite a heavy charge that you say. I suppose that you do have proof of this. I think that if you come here and lie about a noble house in 3 o'clock in the morning when I could be sleeping, you could be wind up in a cell down below. So if you have proof, I would like to see it today. And he'll kind of take a breath and he'll kind of say, he kind of explained his position about how he uh, had some people who saw the aftermath of him reading his mind, but he didn't say he read his mind. Oh, you said you read his mind. Okay. Okay. He will say. Yep. Okay. Yep. And he. Yep. So he does say, um, yes, with a charge like that, you definitely do need to give me your proof here. How do you say you will prove it? You said your name is Detective Uri. I would like to see your proof. So he kind of holds his hand up. Holds his hand up and he says, as much as reading minds is a fabulous feat to have, I would need some sort of actual proof. So he'll kind of let you guys kind of talk amongst each other in a low voice, and after you guys are done, you look back at him and he says, "So you're saying that the gunsmith committed the property damage, killed the cattle, and committed the murder. Is this a correct assessment of what you are saying?" Okay. He kind of just sits there for a little bit, kind of puts his finger up to his chin, kind of. And yeah, he just kind of listens to you guys talk amongst each other, and tosses who a coin. Yeah, so the Lord has gloves on as well. So you toss him the coin and he just grabs the coin and he just kind of puts it in his pocket and he just says, he well he said that because he bribed a guard with money unintentionally, but he yep. So yeah, and he does say, so as long as you know the gunsmith did commit the murders, And you guys do have proof of this, and you have proof of the noble being a lycanthrope as well. He does ask. He does ask, um, what proof of do you have of the gunsmith committing the murder? So Sway, you tell him that he admitted it. Okay. He just kind of he just kind of nods and he says, that is good work. I appreciate you letting us know about the gunsmith." He kind of just sits there. We had an assumption that they could have been the ones who did the crimes in Adalwulf as well. Some of them have other issues that we are trying to deal with, such as the potion maker, the old man who has run the shop for about 80 years. He kind of points at Satoshi and he says, I believe you gave him uh, some. Uh, what did I call it? The Yes, yeah. He'll say, you gave him some of the residue of the spell, returning the lycanthropes back to their human form when they are not yet mastered of all their powers. We have been watching him as well, and now that you say that he understands that there is an antidote for lycanthropy, he will definitely he'll kind of put his finger up to his chin again, and he'll say, "Yes, I think he will also be an accomplice to the murder." Do you say that to him? Yeah, he does kind of smile and he does say that the issue is the murder. We already understood who couldn't control himself, and he will be dealt with on my own terms. And with that, we will end the session tonight. You'll have to find out. Do tell. And I'm just kind of listening to your guys' theory, and it's very interesting. And yeah, I think it's funny that he brought you into the courtyard and nobody asked who the other two people were. So that's also fun. Yep, but we will figure that out next time, and hopefully Uzi, our pretty much only healer, comes into the game, so Corvin doesn't have to waste his spells on healing. But yep, so good game. I will see you guys next week, and make sure that everyone is